Got it.
嗨，欢迎大家来参加今天的读书会。然后我是助教兼主持人邦尼。然后我们今天要探讨的主题是由心理学博士 Dr. Loy， 对 Loy 老师跟大家挥挥手。Can you say hello to everyone, Loy？
你好。Hello, everyone.
对，就是这本书是那个Loy老师年轻的时候30年前写的书，对，就是关于在探索我们内在的一本书，然后非常的棒。那我们就请老师来跟我们分享他今天第2章的内容。对 ，OK， welcome Loy。
Okay, thank you. Okay, and thank you for being here. Can we just for, even if it's just for a few moments, can we get people to show their face just so I can get an idea of what people look like, or you know?
大家可以短暂的开一下镜头吗？就是1-2秒给老师看一下。
You were from last time. Other one. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And you were last time too, also, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
And who said? And we can all don't have to wear masks now. You can say that in English, Bonnie.
Huh?
How good.
Yeah.
等一下，所以今天我是翻译吗？
I talked today. Today I talked to Shu Chen, who was in the group last week, and she is teaching, and she's teaching the whole semester. And she said that she teaches the whole semester at the university, and the student has the mask, and she didn't see what they look like the whole semester, just their eyes. So yeah, it's really interesting. And I think, you know, today we're going to talk about self-esteem. So self-esteem is how much, kind of like, you know, how much we like and accept ourselves. And so you want to just say that? Can you say that, Bonnie? So self-esteem is how much we like ourselves, accept ourselves, and that's what we're going to discuss.
就是自信心，就是关于我们有多么接纳自己，还有关于我们有多么喜欢自己，就是跟我们认知中的自信其实有点不太一样。
Yeah. And yeah, anyway, today I said to Su Chen, I think that many people in Taiwan, now they don't have to wear a mask, they will have some self-acceptance crisis, self-acceptance trauma. Because when because the mask is very important, you know, it's an amazing thing. Where's my mask? Where's my mask? Where's my whole collection of masks? But you know, because we are hiding, you know, the mask lets us hide. We don't have to be seen, you know, all we can do, and we look out from the top, we just, you know, no one can see us. And then we do that for a long time, few years, then that has affect us, and we can lose confidence in just how we look and feel embarrassed.
好，就是今天是口罩解禁 的第一天，然后老师就说，这个时期可能会大家开始感受到一些关于自信心啊，还有一些尴尬，因为我们已经在口罩底下隐藏自己，隐藏了几年了，然后所以在这个时候，可能很多人都会面临到这样的危机，就是你要决定你要开始展现，还是你想要继续就是隐藏。对。
Okay. So let's
嗨，怡轩。
hello. Let's go back to I just want to go back to what we talked about last week before we talk about self-esteem. And I think this is just really, really, really important lesson for all of us.
好，在开始那个谈自信心之前，老师要先再连接回上周的主题，然后他觉得这对大家都很重要。就是今天的同学几乎上周都没有参加。the people today they are all new for the class. They didn't attend last week.
Okay. So what we talked about last week is that to express ourselves, we have to be brave.
然后
To express our view.
上周最重要就是如果要表达自己的话是需要很大的勇气的。
Yeah. And that our thinking, this was the main thing we talked about really, our thinking is creating our experience all the time.
就是我们的想法一直在创造我们的现实。
Yeah. So everything we're experiencing is coming out of what our thinking is doing, or the way we are experiencing it is coming out of what we are thinking, what our beliefs are. And last week we talked about, childhood, a lot about childhood. And this book is a lot about childhood.
就是我们目前创造出来的生活实相都是基于我们的想法，然后所形成的信念，然后会开始造成我们的一些行为啊，还有做法。然后上周我们有讨论到我们在童年时期所累积出来的一些，就是从原生家庭那边学到的童年经验跟信念。然后这本书有很多都是在讲那个童年所形成的这些核心的信念。
Okay, so I just want to ask a question and I'd like to get people to share something about it. So you can help with this, Bonnie. So I'd like to ask this question or I'd like you to ask yourself, a way I think my childhood affected how I feel about myself is. The way I feel my childhood affected how I feel about myself now.
You mean a percentage?
No. I'd like each person maybe to ask themselves that, to just think about that for a second and say something about that, just something small. So like a way I think my childhood affected me now, affect my feeling about myself is, I think my childhood didn't give me a lot of confidence in myself, just to be myself. I think my childhood gave me the feeling that maybe I'm not good enough, not as good as other people, that other people are kind of like no more are better than me, something like that. That's my feeling. So that's the way I think, one of the ways I think my childhood affected my feeling about myself, how I feel about myself.
就是老师要请大家现在问一下自己，你觉得你的童年的经验啊，到现在还有多少程度在影响你的感觉？那老师自己分享是他在童年的经验让他觉得常常到现在还会觉得自己是可能不够好啊，然后或是可能就做得不好这样，然后大家可以就是自我提问一下，然后跟我们分享。那如果害羞的人可以不要开镜头，因为我们都有全程录影。Okay, so let everyone to share.
Yeah, so just think something about that. Just the first thing that comes to your thinking. It doesn't have to be anything, deep, or just what's the first thing that pops into your head.
就大家不用太认真想，就是你第一个直觉，你觉得有什么是到现在还一直在影响你最大的？
觉得自己不够好。
也是觉得自己不够好。
对。
She say feel similar as you, like feel not good enough. I think it's for everyone. It's common.
That's pretty common. Yeah. Yeah.
在场有谁觉得自己很好的？举手。I say, oh, is there anyone feel they are good enough? They can like raise their hand now.
Yeah, but let's hear some other thought, if it's the same thing or just something about that. What comes to you're thinking? What comes to your own thinking about that when you do think about it?
还有其他人要分享吗？
Feel be rejected. 觉得好像很常会有那种被拒绝的感受。
Same.
Feel rejected. 但就是说者无心，听者有意的那一种，也很常发生。
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And mine is like other people is better than me. 我的部分可能比较是就是比较，就是会觉得好像别人都比我厉害这样。A little bit competition. Yeah.
Okay, so the effect, yeah. So there's a strong effect that is still affecting us now. Yeah. So some other thoughts, Andy, you're there. What do you think?
Andy 在吗？
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
My first thought is I was always happy and playing, having fun. But playing my memory, when I was playing chessing game, I was timid, coward. I don't have much confidence. Yeah, so I think maybe I am not as happy as I thought. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a yeah, that's a when I hear that and similar things. Oh, sorry, Bonnie, you want to translate that?
Andy 可以用中文讲一次吗？
Oh, Andy.
就是我刚刚问这个问题，我马上想到的就是我觉得好像都是在玩啊，很开心啊。然后但是我又想到一个事件，就是我们小学玩一个游戏，就是追逐的游戏，我都不敢离开基地，就是我不敢出去追人，因为会被追，但是其他人都会跑出去，我都不太敢。然后就想说我就觉得可能不是很有自信吧，或者是其他原因，就是这一点跟人家不一样这样子。
好。
Yeah. And does anybody else want to say something, Nick? Can someone else say something? Thanks, Andy.
还有其他人要分享吗？就是你现在第一个想法，第一个直觉，你觉得童年的什么经验到现在还在影响着你的？
我觉得好像不自觉，就算我不是刻意想要去比较，但是好像就是不自觉的会在心里面去想说，这个我也做得到，或者是就是我好像比你好，或者是我好像比你厉害的这种比较心理。然后我就想到以前阿嬷都会，比如说每天的那种下午的时间，他们就会去村落里面到处串门子，然后每天他就会带着他的孙女们到处去串门子，然后就是用贬低孙女的方式去让别人赞美他的孙女，就类似这种。Thinking about even I don't want to like beat people, but seems in my mind, I still will try to compare really secretly, compare to people. Like, oh, I'm better than you, or I'm not doing good enough than you, or something like that. And that made me thinking about when I was a child, and my grandmom will always bring us to like walking around to the village and then say, oh, you know, Xianghui looks so bad, so ugly, and then but then her friend will just say, oh, no, your granddaughter just looks so pretty, so cute, or something like that. So this is what she want to hear, but then in the beginning she will just push that down and make people to say something good.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's kind of like a little good introduction to how important
巴塔举手了，他 want to share。
OK，
有听到吗？
有
我就是突然想到，就是不是刚好是彭婉如逝世的周年吗？就是我们这个年代的小女生，应该长大的过程很常发生像白小燕、彭婉如这些案件，那就会被耳提面命说外面是很险恶的，然后女生一定要很小心自己的人身安全，外面的世界是很不安全的。我觉得这个一直到现在都对我还是影响蛮大的。我可能在一个人的时候，我可能是很不自在的，然后会刻意去避开任何陌生人。然后除非是身边有认识熟识的人，或者是那个男性是我认识他的人，我才会相对比较安全感。但是我觉得在潜意识里面是很深的对这些事情的恐惧，但是这些恐惧可能是来自集体意识，或者是你从小就是被身边的人一直被耳提面命提醒你不可以去让自己这件事情，就是刚刚突然想到的。
Thank you. Do you want to say in English?
Taco say like her parents or always told her, oh, the outside is very dangerous and scary. So she will feel scary when she's alone, even now. And keep feel insecurity or scary about the outside world.
And so that's a very interesting one, and that's also a very important one as well. That our parents will, if our parents feel the world is not safe for us around us, it's their fear, and they will push their fear onto us. Yeah, it's a good example.
就是这个老师是说，这个其实就是家长自己的恐惧，然后他们会把他们就是传给我们这样。
Okay, so I think let's look at an important, before we talk about self-esteem, this is all linked, but this is the foundation. Let's just talk about, or just I can just explain core belief. And it is, I do talk about core beliefs right there. And you can check it, share screen.
老师现在要分享就是什么是核心信念。
So you can see, can you see this? You can see this now?
Yes.
Okay, so this section here, core beliefs. So core beliefs are very, very important. And if there is one thing kind of for self-improvement, or at the most important thing for that, is really to think about and try and understand what your core beliefs are. So it's super, super important. So core, this one here, core, what that word means is just the middle, it's the center. That's the middle of the earth, the middle of the apple core in English, that's the middle. Yeah.
那个 core 就是代表是中心、核心的意思。然后，如果我们想要就是有一些自我成长的话，去认识我们现在有什么样核心信念是非常重要的。
Yeah. So it's so core beliefs are like the center. Okay, so you know what belief is. What's that in Mandarin?
信念。
Yeah. So core is the center, 信念. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we have some negative core beliefs. Everybody does. And some of those you just said are related to what you just said. Okay. So they form these core beliefs. This is like this. A simple one is like, I am not good enough. Okay. So that's a kind of a core belief, a simple core belief. I'm not good enough. Another one is that I'm not right, or I've done something wrong. So those beliefs, that thinking is connected to this little group of core beliefs. Okay, so maybe you can say, Bonnie, in English, so what we were just talking about, I'm not, something wrong with me. I'm not good enough. They're just two examples.
就是大家多多少少都有一些比较负面的核心信念，像是我不够好，然后或是我是有错的，然后诸如此类的，它就会形成一个核心。对。
Yeah. Okay. So you can dig a little bit deeper than those examples into core beliefs and find a little deeper level, but that's pretty close to the center of our beliefs. Our negative beliefs about ourselves is those types of beliefs. And so, okay, so I'll just try and explain a little bit about core beliefs. So the first thing is they're very difficult to change. So they stay in our unconscious and they can stay there throughout our life, affecting every part of our life in different ways.
好，就是老师说这个 core belief 核心信念呢，它其实是在非常深处的，然后它其实很难去改变它，然后它也有可能就是我们一整个人生你都没有发现，因为它就是在很深很深的地方。
Yeah. They get formed very, very early in life. So they can even become formed at our birth. So when we are born into the world, we can form a belief, but it's really more of a feeling because we're not thinking at that stage that the world is not safe. So that's a really fundamental one. So that would be something like, I am not safe in the world.
就是老师说这个核心信念在很早很早的时期就有可能会形成，而且是以感觉的形式形成，就是可能在我们出生的时候，你就会有一种感觉是这个世界是很危险的。
Yeah. So it's very, very early. Okay. And so because it's very, very early in life that they get formed, that we take these beliefs, it's within the first 2 years, we are really forming the basic ones. And it's because they are forming so early that they are so difficult to change.
就是我们大概在1、2岁的时候就会形成这些很基本的核心信念，然后因为太小了，所以我们根本都没有意识到它就已经形成了，然后也因此它就是一个很难改变的信念。
Yeah. And part of the reason why they're difficult to change is because we formed them before we were using the language. We formed them when it was just a feeling, a sense, a kind of a feeling that, I'm bad, I'm wrong, something's not right, that sort of thing.
就是这一些其实是在我们学习语言之前就已经形成了，然后它就会以感觉的形式储存。
Yeah. So you can have an example because our core beliefs are present with us all the time. They're there, they are with us all the time. And the way we can often most notice them is because we just have a feeling.
老师说这个核心信念跟我们一直都是就是一直存在到我们的每时每刻的。
Yeah.
然后就是存在于感觉。
So the feeling might be just a feeling like I did something wrong.
所以你可能常常会感觉到我是不是做错什么。
Yeah. And maybe we don't actually, if we ask ourselves, what did I do wrong? We cannot say. We don't really know what it is that we did wrong. It just seems like it's a feeling I did something wrong, but I don't really know what it was.
就是它常常都是一种感觉，你好像觉得自己做错什么，可是当你自己问自己，就是哪里做错，其实你也找不出来，就只是一种觉得自己好像哪里错了。
Yep. So another way we can feel it is the thought that the belief is there's something wrong with me. And so we might have a feeling there's something wrong with me, but I don't know what it is.
然后另外一个例子可能就是你常常会觉得我身上是不是 哪边有问题，然后你可能也不知道到底是什么问题，可是你就可能常常会觉得，哎，我是不是哪里有问题这样？So common.
Yeah, really common.
就
And
很
it's
普
that,
遍。
yeah, it's common. And part of the difficulty is because we don't know what it is that we're, there's no one thing we can say. It's just the feeling.
就是你根本就找不到什么线索，然后它就只是以一种感觉的形式存在。
Yeah. And so, you posted some stuff on Louise Hay. Some of her, her ideas are really good. And one idea I think that she talks about is the idea of saying something like, she talks about affirmations, which is one way to change these things. And she talks about the idea of saying, I forgive myself for thinking I wasn't good enough.
就是在群组里面有那个路易斯海夫人的那个，她就是正面肯定句的始祖，然后跟自己讲正面肯定句是一种可以改变核心信念的方法，然后另外一种方法就是他就说我原谅自己，觉得自己不够好，就是跟自己这样讲。
Yeah. So that's using affirmations is one way to kind of like find out what our core beliefs are. Okay, so how you go about changing these things that are in our unconscious, and they're saying to us, you're not good enough, you do the wrong thing, something's not right with you, you can't make it, the world's not safe for you, or even you hurt people, I hurt people, things like that. Okay, so what you can start doing is you can start using an affirmation. It's a simple way. An affirmation? An affirmation, Bonnie. You write down, if you just start writing down, I am a good person. Really simple.
就是正面肯定句，然后你可以写下说我是一个好人。
Yeah. And this core belief is going to, why is it important? Well, it's going to affect everything we do, and it's already affecting everything we do in some way. And we will try and guide our life and our tasks, our goals in ways that try and avoid feeling it. So if we have a new goal, we want to do something. I just started a new research project. Okay. Well, my old core beliefs will come up because this is new self-expression. And every time I want to do some new self-expression, my old unconscious things will come to the front. And so I will start this new project, and my mind will say, Lloyd, are you sure you can do it? Yeah, are you good enough? Or will you disappoint them, and will you not do a good enough job, and they will see the truth about you, that you really are a bad guy.
好，就是其实核心信念一直在影响着我们的生活，还有每一个选择。然后大部分的人会就是朝着不要去触发这个核心信念的方向走。然后像老师就说他可能最近要开始一个新的计划，然后那就有可能会触发到他的核心信念嘛，因为那个是一个新的一个冒险的尝试，然后他的核心信念就会开始说，你确定你做得好吗？然后你确定就是这样做是对的吗？或是你有可能会被发现其实你没有那么厉害，就是等等的一些怀疑就会开始冒出来，然后影响着我们的生活。Okay.
Okay. So let me just so everybody here still? Oh.
Sorry, my internet.
No, it's okay. Okay, so let me see if you can see this. Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. So is everybody here? Can everybody see what I'm holding up? Can we see this?
大家看得清楚吗？
可以。
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just explain this. Okay. So what I've been saying is that, okay, we have a core belief and it's negative and it's about us. The core belief says, I am da 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 da. I am not good enough. I am bad. Or I can't make it. Or, you know, I'm not safe. Things like this.
就
Yep.
是
So
核心信念都会从我作为开头，比如说我不够好啊，或是这个 I'm safe.
yep, I'm unsafe, or the world is not safe for me.
就是世界对我来说是不安全的。来个
Yep.
start with
Can be lots of different examples, but you know,
Taco
like what?
say I'm useless.
Oh, I'm useless. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and there's some little strategy you can use. So when you say I'm useless, there's a reason for that. Our mind has got some reason for that, probably. Maybe it's just I'm useless. So you can start to say to yourself, you know, I am very useful. I'm very skilled. I'm very confident, all those things. But you could also say, the reason I'm useless is because I'm ... So we can find another reason. The reason I'm useless is because I always get it wrong. The reason I always get it wrong is because there's something wrong with me. So there might be another level. So you try and go down to the next level if there is one. But anyway.
So you are trying to teach people to write down about
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just show this because it's not just about self-esteem, it's about everything, and this core belief is operating all the time. Okay. So this is how one strategy. Louise Hay would teach this. Many people would teach this. Okay. So over here you have your affirmation.
就是老师要教大家一个方法，然后
Over
也
here
是
we have
很多人在教的。
Yeah. And so here's a real simple one, you know, I am good enough. And what you do, if we just think I am good enough and you just tell yourself a few times, even if you tell yourself a few times a day, it probably won't have much effect. It won't be strong enough. It has to be more intense, more stronger. So if you write, and writing it is really good. If you write, I am good enough, you know, I, Lloyd, am good enough. I, Andy, am good enough. And then you write down your response. What does your mind, what's the first thing your mind say? You know, oh yeah, you know, I'm good enough. Oh, kind of, or I'm good enough. Sometimes, oh, I am good enough. My mother never said that, you know, I'm good enough. My father hated me. I am good enough. There's something wrong with you, Lloyd. I am good enough. Why do you need to do this? So you want to, this section here is about empty out all of your thinking.
老师就是说，大家可以试着写说，我是，我很好，然后左边是那个正面的肯定句，然后你就先写下说，我很好，然后我是完整的，诸如此类。然后右边的回应呢，就是你脑中会浮现出，哦，真的吗？然后或是可能会浮出说，哎，我妈从来没有那样说过我。就是你把一些脑袋的一些质疑把它写在右边，然后你就可以慢慢的去厘清你的脑袋里面的想法是什么。OK，
Okay. So let's come forward to now. You have something you want. Maybe you want a new relationship. You're trying to find a girlfriend, trying to find a boyfriend. Okay? And so what you can do is you write it here, because remember, these core beliefs are happening all the time. They're just there. We don't have to have any special situation to start uncover them.
就是核心信念是无所不在的，然后有可能你现在想要一段健康的关系，你就可以把它写下来。我有一段很健康的关系，这样。
Okay, so we can say, right, I'm starting a new research project. I'm starting a new research project now. So I can write, I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. And then my response might be, well, are you really? I, Lloyd, then I write it again. I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. Okay, well, you have done some before. Okay, I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. Yeah, but my statistics understanding is not very good. I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. What if I disappoint the people I'm working with? You know, I'm a disappointment. Okay, I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. Lloyd, you're not very good at research. I, Lloyd, am good enough to do this research. And you just keep going. Okay, so you want a new relationship, you know? I, Bonnie, deserve, or I, Bonnie, am good enough to attract the partner I want. And so you do it like that. So, you know, I am good enough to attract the person I'm looking for. You know, I am good enough to be successful at this new goal I want. And you just see what your mind says. So you put this to whatever it is you got happening now. I'm good enough. I am more than good enough. And you can change this around, and you can look online and you can find all sorts of affirmations like this.
就是大家可以把你现在想要达成的状态写在左边的正面肯定句，然后你就一直写，然后你的头脑就会开始一直冒出各式各样的质疑啊，各式各样的怀疑，然后是各式各样的负面，想要试图把你想要达成的那个正面状态把它打掉。那我们就是透过你把它写下来，你就看得清楚说，你的头脑一直都是在制造什么样的那个矛盾在。
Okay. So that's quite simple, right? So, for a lot of people, that doesn't work. Doing that doesn't change their thinking. So one of the problems is that not doing it long enough and strong enough.
就是大部分刚刚那个练习啊，可能有一些人做是没有效，是因为他只做很短的时间，然后而且强度不够，就是他可能没有一直延伸的写下去。
So you everyone know what this is, right?
大家知道这是什么吗？佛珠。
Yeah. So I have one of these since I'm maybe like I'm 20 years old or something. Right?
老师
And so,
20岁就有这一串佛珠了。
yeah. So there's 108 on here, and 108 of these, right? And
有
so,
108颗。
yeah. So if I go, I, Lloyd, am good enough. 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 Lloyd, you are 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 good enough. Lloyd, he is 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 good enough. Now, if I do that 2 times a day for a month, just go around there, then that is going to have the level that is going to start to have an effect.
就是如果你可以像老师刚刚说的那样，每次转一颗珠，然后你就一直跟自己说，我是健康的，然后我是健康的，然后我很健康，然后帮你很健康，然后帮你非常的健康，就是你一直这样去自我暗示，然后这样的话，你一天做2次，然后做1个月，应该就会蛮有效的。
Yeah. Yeah, a principle that is quite new in psychology, psychotherapy, is the idea of intensity. And that means doing it over and over and again. And if you think how many years you go back to childhood, how many years of childhood conditioning, how many years where you were told this is the way it is, or you don't do this or don't do that or behave yourself? How many years did you have?
就是这个在心理学上有效，是因为它是一个重复性的，然后对，就是你可以回想你在小时候你有多少次被人家说哦这个不能做，然后那个不要做，然后这个是危险的，就是有从小就这样一直被人家重复的灌输信念。
Yeah, and so that's what we have to go against. And the way to do that is by repeating, and by intense experience. And that's one reason why G.R.M.T works, is because 1 hour of breathing without stopping, 1 hour focused on controlling your breathing without stopping, that's strong enough. If you do this for 1 hour, I, Lloyd, am a beautiful person. 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 Well, that's just like, how many seconds was that? That was like 3 seconds. I got an hour. I, Lloyd, am a beautiful person. 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 I am a beautiful person.
这就是为什么老师会发展出他现在所在推广的呼吸疗法，因为就是在这1小时之内，你就可以完整的体验到那些强度，然后那些重复性的强迫性的那些强度，然后透过呼吸把它释放。那如果你就是像那个拿念珠的方式的话，你可能有时候念一念，然后就可能就睡着了。
Yeah. So that's the type of work that is needed. And if you do that type of work, then stuff will change.
You mean the
Core belief.
The core belief. Oh.
Yeah. It will still hold on. It will hold on all your life, because it's like this, just become part of you, become part of your brain. It'll hold on, but it'll lose its hold. Yeah. And so if we were to talk about the self-esteem, the core beliefs are very much about our self-esteem. They're about how much we appreciate ourselves, how much we accept ourselves. They are central to our self-esteem. So self-esteem is self, self, that's us. And esteem means liking, self-liking. If you hold somebody in high esteem, that means you hold that person in, strong liking.
就是老师说那个自我的这个自信啊，就是跟我们核心信念，就取决于我们的核心信念是什么，然后你有没有喜欢自己，然后感激自己，然后接受自己，都会影响我们的那个自尊。
So we can with that section in the book, did I share it?
No.
Oh, here we go. So with this section here, self-esteem for a firm foundation. So here it says, first and foremost, high self-esteem is based on the ability to accept ourselves. So that's a starting place. So if you get your affirmation, what I showed you before on the paper, and you write, I accept myself. I, Lloyd, accept myself. Oh, do I really? I, Lloyd, accept myself. Yeah, so I do. I, Lloyd, accept myself. Not when somebody says something nasty. I, Lloyd, accept myself. I feel not so sure when I'm around my mother. I, Lloyd, accept myself. So you start out there with that. You can just do that. You write, and you write it hundreds of times. I, Lloyd, accept myself. I, Lloyd, accept myself. I, Lloyd, accept myself. I, Lloyd, accept myself. Lloyd, he accepts himself. Lloyd, he accepts himself. Lloyd, he accepts himself. Yeah. And you turn that into Mandarin and just write it in Mandarin. And you write it 20 times a day. Do it for 2 weeks and see what your response is.
就是老师刚说的这一段就是最核心的，我们要发展出这个高自尊的话，就是取决于我们有多少程度在接纳自己。那所以老师就说，你就可以在纸上写下说，我塔接纳自己，然后或是塔接纳自己，就是你一直这样去重复，然后你去看你脑中的回应是什么。然后一天可能写个20次，然后就是一直重复这样写，然后去看看你的脑袋的回应是正面的还是负面的这样。
I have a question, because I did hear you say, I am Lloyd, I'm good enough, and say, Lloyd, you are good enough. And Lloyd, he is good enough. Is there any different or meaning in that 3 different type of, like say, I am Lloyd,
Yeah.
and say, Lloyd, you are blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then say, oh, Lloyd, he is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This doesn't mean anything?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So you would do that. I'll talk about that. So what May is talking about is that you say, I, Lloyd, am good enough. Lloyd is good enough. And Lloyd, you are good enough. And why would you say those 3 things different ways?
From outside.
Yeah, and I think that was what the example May gave before. As a child, we most of what we were hearing wasn't us saying I am this or that. It was that was our thinking based on what was happening. So there is also, our parents are saying, you did the wrong thing. You are bad. You are not good enough. And so when you use that, it's called three-person. It's me, it's someone else telling me, and it's someone else talking about me.
就是刚刚那个妹的发问，就是在问老师说，不同的主持会有什么不同的效果吗？然后老师就说，因为我们从小都是先接收外面的人给我们的讯息，比如说他就会说，你做的不好，然后或是你很坏，就是都是别人给予我们的标签。然后所以它这样就会有3个部分，一个部分是我们自己对自己的印象，然后另外一种是他人对我们的印象。对，然后还有另外一个是什么啊？Sorry, I forgot the 3 part. One is ourselves, one is
one is I am. I am good enough. I am attractive enough. I am enough. Then the second one is Lloyd is, or Bonnie is, and then it is Lloyd, you are. So it's me telling myself, it's somebody talking to me, telling me, and it's other people talking about me.
第一个情况是我们自己觉得自己是怎么样，然后第二个情况是别人说我们是怎么样，然后第3个情况是别人在谈论我们。
Yeah. So it is, you can experiment. So my suggestion is, this is my suggestion to start. You start out with something simple for practice. You just say, I am good enough. You write it at least 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night. And you do this response. What's the first thing? You might write, I am good enough. And the thing is, you just feel, too tired. And you go, I am good enough. Don't want to think. I am good enough. It's too hard. It's whatever.
老师建议我们先从我们自己的视角开始，然后一天写个10几次，然后去看看你对自我的回应是什么。
Yeah. So and then the self-esteem. Yeah, the self-esteem is, I accept myself. Oh yeah. You just keep writing that. I am a good person. I like myself. I love myself. I, Lloyd, love myself. No way. And you just want to see what is in your thinking. And that'll change things. And then if you have a goal, you use something you want, you put that in there. I am good enough to play good music on my guitar. I am good enough to make something, whatever it is, you use an affirmation that says, I have the ability to do this. If you say, I have the ability to start a new project, and your mind will say, be careful, I have the ability to start this new project. You might get into big trouble. I have the ability to do this new project. You'll do it wrong for sure. So we might think that's, that doesn't mean anything, but actually it's connected to our core belief. And we want to know what our core belief is. Much better to know what it is.
就是大家可以开始写你现在生活中想要什么样的状态，然后就把它用正面肯定句，然后用我为开头把它写下来，然后那些回应啊，那些指引，其实就可以带领我们回去找到我们的那个核心信念，然后找到那个核心信念，然后是对我们来说是很重要的，有重大意义的。
Yeah. And I'll just say one more thing about this core belief. why it's important to sort of get an idea of what it is and what you got happening. And that is because the core belief is connected to what could be. So do you know, Bonnie? The script is the storyline for a play or a movie. You know what that is?
Sorry, bad internet. What? Yeah.
Script. Yeah.
The story.
So, yeah, basically the story, right? And so we all have a story, a script that is mapped out, kind of in a general theme way from our childhood. So it's like a life path. And so our core belief is very much a part of that script. So maybe the script we have, or the life story we have, is that we work really hard. We work really hard all our life. We have a lot of little success, few failures, but in the end, we are totally not good enough and we fail. And that's the feeling.
老师为什么要一直强调核心信念？是因为它真的对我们人生影响非常大。然后因为核心信念就会像是一个我们塑造我们生活的一个，那个英文字是草稿的意思，就是我们怎么写我们的剧本是根据我们有什么样的核心信念。然后你的草稿可能就是我都一直很努力的工作啊，然后一直很认真，然后可是我每次要成功的时候我总是会失败。就是你到底都是用什么样的信念，还有什么样的再去写草稿。
Yeah, so it's important because it's affecting everything. Okay, so everybody here has some goals. You're all trying to achieve things. You all want something, positive in your life. Well, the core belief will have an effect and will slow us down, make us feel stuck, cause us to change direction. It'll do all of those things, and it'll affect our self-esteem. We want to feel like we are attractive. We want to feel like we are good looking enough. We want to feel like we, people want to know us. We want to feel like we are lovable. We want to feel like people love us. So all of those things, you can write it down. You write it down on your thing. I am lovable. People want to get to know me. People like me. I'm fun to be with.
So is there any good core belief?
It depends on how you think. Yes, there will be good core beliefs. Yes. Yeah. And we can work out what those are. I am a divine child of the universe. I deserve to be here.
就是我们在生活中我们都会很想要去完成，然后去达成一些目标，然后一些愿望，但是你的核心信念可能就会一直在那边扯后腿啊，然后让你可能慢下来，然后或者是改变方向，然后或者是做出其他的那个选择，或是放弃，各式各样的，就会一直影响着我们真正想要的目标。
And I think that when you say, is there any good core belief? I think, yeah, of course there, this is what we want to have. We want to change our beliefs. So our most strongest belief is that I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay as a person. I deserve to be here. I deserve to exist. I was born for some purpose, and I have the ability and the resources to meet that purpose. Life is good. Life feels good. I like life. Yeah.
就是有问老师，那有没有好的核心信念？对，然后老师就说，这也是我们想要，就是发展的目标，然后就是让自己觉得说，哎，我已经很好了，然后我是值得存在的，然后我是有贡献的，诸如此类的，让我们核心信念可以往这方面去转化。
Yeah. And I think, you know, it's kind of, we could just talk about positive things that at the end of the talk, we feel good. You know, we could talk about, you know, that we are all loved and, you know, the universe is supporting us and, you know, nice ideas. And that's great. And, you know, every day I have, you know, a couple of nice ideas from my rainbow cards. And that's great. And I think about those. But that is not necessarily going to make any difference to the quality of my life unless I look at and discover and change things like core beliefs. That's really important. It will always feel like if we don't change our core beliefs, it always feels like we are working really hard just to stay at the level we are.
就是我们当然也可以一直去写说，哦，我很好啊，然后我很幸运啊。但是如果你一直没有去发现自己真正的核心，那些负面核心信念的话，你可能会发现自己就是要很努力，很努力，才有办法去维持一个就是现有的状况，这样才不会可能掉下去。
Yeah. So it's important. So I would say, you know, I encourage you to do the affirmations. You know, you can get one of these and you can go around this. If you start doing that, you know, it'll make a difference. You go around there and you can go around there. See how many times you can go around there. You know, you can lie in bed and you can just have your hand out the bed and you just go like this, you know, the cover's here, your hand is out the bed and you just go, you know, when you're going to bed. It will make a difference. I always think about the martial arts, you know, Kung Fu master. Is it the Shaolin Kung Fu in Hong Kong? You know, they go up, they climb up steps backwards on their hands and knees. So they're going upstairs like this, up. And then they turn around and they come back down and they keep going like this. And they just do it over and over and over and over and over, you know, and they punch the wall and they just keep punching the wall, banging the wall until it just becomes just, you know, they are peaceful and it's just in them. That's what it takes.
老师说这个练习就很像那个李小龙，就是他们的训练是用手指爬楼梯，然后就是爬上去再爬下来，爬上去再爬下来，一直重复一直重复，然后或是一直用手打墙壁，然后一直打一直打，就是跟我们一样嘛，我们就是要一直去冲撞我们的那个信念，然后到最后你就可以看见，然后或是跟他有一个不一样的关系，这样。
Yeah.
So tired.
Yeah, it's yeah.
需要很多努力。
But it makes a difference, you know, because we all want to have, you know, we all want to feel good, right? 我想要很好感觉，
感觉很好。
感觉很好，我也要感觉很好。
Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah. So, you know, so I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. And you will feel much better. that's much better than judging ourselves not good enough, and we just keep that nasty level going.
But people normally forget about it when they are really in a bad situation.
Yep, that's right. They forget about it. And we forget about it when we go to work. We forget about it when we go shopping, when we go out to dinner. Yeah. But then when we stop doing that, we try and just be with ourselves, we remember it. Yeah. And we remember it when we're lying in bed and when we're dreaming.
So if we try to find that out, that means we become more clear and conscious, aware about that same pattern when things happen.
Yeah. If you focus on changing your thinking when you're feeling good, that's a good time to do it. But when you're feeling bad, that's when it's there anyway. It's much easier to kind of see, oh, this is happening.
我刚刚就是提问说，所以就是找到，就顺着这些负面的感觉去找到我们那个核心信念，可以帮助我们更客观的去看见这个信念怎么样造就这样的一个行为模式。所以当我们再次的陷入那个负面的情绪或情境的时候，我可以更快的看见，然后更清楚的去看见，然后更快的去跳开来，然后更客观的去看待当下的那个情境。
Yeah.
How about we just get everybody to just sort of say something about what their kind of thinking is when they're just listening to this conversation, listening to this idea, listening to my, does it feel too much? Does it feel kind of negative? Does it feel, what's the feeling, or what's the reaction to it?
老师，请大家可以分享一下，就是刚刚我们上课一直在讲的这个关于核心信念是如何影响我们生活，然后大家听完有什么样的感觉？是感觉很绝望吗？还是感觉任何感觉都可以分享？然后会觉得太难吗？还是资讯太多？还是太严肃？就是大家可以分享一下刚刚这样听下来的心得。Taco，OK，Taco，觉
那个我听完之后觉得就是你在发现自己有很多信念，就是可能一些限制型信念的时候，在越觉察之后，你会越发现，我发现小我可能在某些时候有想要演同一套剧本，然后以前可能就会那个剧本就演好多天，但是现在会开始觉得可能我演几个小时，或者是一个下午或什么，或者是更快可以察觉，我的小我又想要演那套剧本的时候，你就可以突然可以把自己拉出来到另外一个程度去看，说原来现在剧本又要演以前那套了，那如果不照他演会怎么样？或者是如果没有这么快可以脱离出来，至少我可以发现说，原来我又想要再重复那一些旧的信念带给我的东西。我觉得是开始觉察就是一个改变的开始。对，
妹可以帮忙，妹可以跟他
麻烦翻译咯。
Find out your core belief and then can realize, I'm doing the same pattern. And then maybe before the same pattern, you will take a few days to, soak in the drama. But then now maybe you become like a few hours and then you realize, it's the same thing going to happen. And if I don't follow the same pattern, what will happen?
Yeah. Exactly. That's right. That's the process. You start to recognize that, and instead of spending days in the drama, you spend less time in the drama. And then gradually you realize you have a choice about it. And then you can realize that even if you're in the drama, you have a choice of whether you enjoy it or not.
就是我们都可以选择，你要继续享受你的剧本，还是你要很痛苦的演你的剧本。
Okay. Other reaction just to what we're talking about?
还有其他的人可以分享的吗？
Come, be brave. Be brave.
有什么想要说的都可以哦。
Just whatever what your reaction. If you just been asleep, then you can say I was asleep.
如果你听完就已经昏睡的话，你就可以说我现在已经准备要睡觉，昏睡中。
Thanks, Lloyd. I will do that. It's so practical. And yeah, I will do the simple writing. I'm good enough to do something. I'm healthy. I'm a beautiful person. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you, Lloyd.
You're welcome. And I think you've got, different projects happening, so you can apply it to those.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Other people, someone else, come on a hear somebody what your reaction is in Mandarin. Say to Bonnie, look, I'll disappear.
老师消失了。怎样？伟林要分享吗？你有要分享吗？
我有开麦克风吗？
有啊。
没有啊，真的对不起，因为我前面都没有听，不知道要分享什么，静静的听讨论。
都在讲核心信念啊，就是你也可以分享你最近发现了什么关于你自己的核心信念。
Let me think about it.
I can share one really good belief change. It's like I share in Mandarin first. 就是我最近有发现一个句子非常好，就是通常我们在一些很糟糕的情况下，我们就会开始小我就会开始说，那如果就是会很不顺利会失败的话要怎么办？然后我最近就是一觉察到自己有这个信念，我就会马上改写，马上说那如果事情很顺利的话会怎么办？就是直接去把你的信念直接就是把它逆转这样，然后效果还蛮好的，就是从来都没有想过那如果很顺利的话会是怎么样。然后就真的事情就会开始慢慢变顺利了。I learned a sentence about what if it's going bad. We normally will assume the situation will going bad, right? And then I start to say to myself, and what if it's going well? Yeah, and things really going well for me when I change my belief.
Right. Good example. Good example.
And it's very easy. So
Yeah. I can share a little strategy which is really related to that. before some other people who didn't say something say something. We can think if we have some goals, right? We all have something we want. If we imagine 5 years into the future, and we use the sentence, we say, what if this happened? You know, for me, what if I was successful in making a retreat center in New Zealand? What if G.R.M.T was available around the world? And so when I say what if this was the situation, then my mind is going, oh, well, okay, well, I would have had plenty of resources. Oh, I would probably have, this and that. I probably have, my website would be functioning better than now. I probably would have some different support. I probably would have more of this. So you can try that. What if I was in a really great relationship in 5 years? 2 years. Yeah, similar.
对，就是老师举例说，大家可以去用，假如我未来5年之后，然后把你的愿望目标填上去。像老师的愿望目标可能就是，假如5年后我在纽西兰可以有一个很棒的生态村，然后是假如5年后 G.R.M.T 可以在全世界都是很普遍，然后被很多人知道的一个疗法，那会是怎么样？然后就是用这个作为开头，然后其实头脑会开始去寻找支持你这个想法的证据，他就开始想到，其实我有很多资源，然后其实我有认识一些人，然后其实我已经有培训师了等等，你的头脑就会开始往这个5年后这个正面的目标去那个提供证据啊，然后去完成它。Yeah, I think our brain always try to approve our beliefs.
Yeah, exactly. It will look for the evidence.
Maybe also will look for some negative evidence.
Oh yeah.
So that's what the process we follow to find out the core belief.
Yeah.
我说也许就算我说假如就是我的假设是正向，假设它一切都很美好的发生会怎么样呢？但是我的脑袋可能就会开始去寻找不那么顺利的证据。对，就是可能我一直想要想我顺利的或是正向，但是同时我脑袋可能也会不断的抛出负面的证据去证明我可能做不到，或是我可能就是不会这么顺利什么的。对。所以我就说那就是顺着这个去，刚好就是可以顺着这个去找到我们的那个核心信念是什么。所以可以看你不管你丢出，就是你对自己丢出的问题是正向的还是负向的，它都有可能会弹出来正向的证据。对，都很有趣。
Yes. OK， 有其他人想要分享的吗？美琪，美琪没有关声音，有没有其他人想要分享你的心得？雨琦有吗？ Just invite everyone to say something.
其实我一开始上课的时候，头有点麻麻的，然后后来就莫名其妙睡着了。
OK. She says she feel something around the head in the beginning when the class start, and not long after she fall asleep.
That's good. You are relaxed. Yeah, I think people work much and are tired a lot. Okay, someone else want to say anything? Ellen Chen, did you say something? Oh, this is Kara.
好，还有其他人要分享吗？如果没有，我们就要结束今天的课程哦。
Okay, so any question?
Maybe everyone fall asleep.
Maybe.
Too difficult for our brain.
Hello.
Wake up, wake up. 品珍，请说。
我觉得我很困扰，就是为什么我很常容易身体的一些小毛病，然后就会去幻想我自己好像身体真的不健康一样，非常的困扰。我不知道我可以怎么办，去用一个正面的那个话，然后让我自己把我自己引导到正面的那一个地方去。
Oh, her question is about she always feel a small pain in the body, and then she will always feel, oh, it's a big disease or a serious disease. Like always think about the worst situation. And she is wondering, is there anything can like stop it or change it?
The first thing when I think about that, the first thing I think is that, okay, so you're having a sensation or some feeling in the body, and then you're thinking something like there's something wrong.
Mm. 品珍老师说，你是不是就是在身体上会感觉到，哦，你现在身上有一个感觉，然后你会开始去判断说这个是对好的还是不好的。
举例来说好了，如果我今天肚子痛，我就会去查肚子痛怎么样，然后我就因为我查了这些东西，然后越看越可怕，然后把我自己搞得很恐慌，然后甚至我就开始想要去看医生，我就是不停的在看医生，那医生就告诉你没怎么样，可是我就还是不停的一直在找答案，可是每次的答案都是其实你没怎么样，可是我就不停的一直在做这个循环，把自己搞得每天都压力很大。
Yes, she will, her brain will like judge the sensation as a bad, and then she will try look the like oh, am I sick or something? But the doctor always say, oh, you're fine.
Okay.
Every time.
Yeah. Okay, so I would suggest that doing it, you do it in Mandarin. I would suggest you do this thing and you're saying something like, everything about me is right. Everything about me is right. My body is all right. My body is healthy body. But I think the key thing is that you have to translate it as the idea of something wrong with me. So you find a sensation and then you feel something, you notice something in the brain, your mind is going, oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, so it might be her core belief is something wrong.
Exactly.
就是品珍你的核心信念可能就是开头老师分享的我是不是哪里有问题的这个核心信念，然后你就开始用老师刚刚分享的方法去写下说我的身体是很好的，是健康的，然后你开始去写正面的，然后右边再去写说你的想法到底都是哪一些，就把它写下来。对，
用这个方法试试看吗？
对，你写下来你自己看可能会觉得很好笑。
哦，好，我来试试看。
可以试看看。然后老师说你也可以写说我原谅我自己，觉得我好像哪里有问题，就是也可以写这句。
我觉得我自己有问题，
就是你原谅有这个想法的自己，这样。
好，我来试试看。
对，这个也是练习接纳的那个一个方法嘛。对呀，
是。
老师现在在写很多给你，你等一下可以先截图再翻译。
你可以帮我翻译吗？
还有第二句是我信任。I trust everything is right with me.
Yeah.
这句要怎么翻啊？我相信一切都是，我相信关于我的一切都是好的，是吗？
都是正确的。
It's something like that.
所有事情都是最好的安排。
Yeah, it would just be
所有
something.
关于我都是好的。
Yeah, something like that. And so if you do this process and you write that here, in Mandarin, in Chinese, I forgive myself for thinking there was something wrong with me. And then you just see what your brain says, see what your mind says. And it doesn't matter so much where you start with a core belief. You just start somewhere and you just see what you're thinking is saying. But that is something that does sound like it's a core belief. If the doctor there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine, but you're still thinking that it's like it's just a feeling, and so it's probably connected to some general feeling there's something not right, something wrong with me, and we don't even know what it is. It's just something. That's a core belief.
It's like a body trying to help her to find out the fake belief.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good enough way to say that. Yeah. It's an opportunity.
就是你的身体会一直想要让你去不同持续的经验，这个经历是因为想要让你发现说你可能在相信一个不真实的信念，然后这个信念可能是你可能出生的时候就期待着一直到现在，然后就是一个机会让你可以去疗愈去转化这样。Okay. Anyone else?
Okay.
Yeah, anyone else?
让品珍 OK 哈，先练习看看。
我知道了，谢谢。
感谢你的提问。
谢谢 Thank you.
还有别人要问的吗？没有的话，我们要结束咯。Okay, I think it's good for tonight.
Okay. Okay. So, let's see, it'd be interesting, if you're coming back next week, do this one, I love myself. I love and accept myself. I am a good person. See what happens. And see what happens. Do it every day.
And share in a group.
Yeah, experiment. Yeah, it's an experiment.
好，那大家下课之后可以开始练习，就是我接纳我自己，然后我爱我自己，去做1周的练习，然后可以分享在群组，然后看看会有什么不一样的感觉、感受，或是情绪、想法这样。然后做实验嘛，对啊，OK。
One more thing, I say about this, not everyone has one of these, but I bet you have one of these. I, Lloyd, am a good person. 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 You go to the coffee shop. No one even see.
好，就大家应该都有这种手串，对，可以拿来做练习。OK， we will
OK，
try
谢谢。
OK， 好，谢谢老师的分享，然后谢谢大家的参与。那就有什么问题都可以在群组发问哦。
拜拜。
OK。
Cat。
Kara 说那些题目，请看回放。OK， 谢谢大家。
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Love yourself. Okay.
You are lovable.
Okay, well, we'll sign out, Bonnie. We'll see you all later.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye bye.